Okay, so we in Ezekiel the 39th chapter, the 23rd verse. It said, and the heathen, that's these other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, for wickedness that we done, the evil that we done, the sins that we done, because they trespassed against me. They're going to sin against the Most High. Therefore hid I my face from them. Is this what we dealing with? We dealing with coming back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, so he can turn his face to us and bless us. You see? Now, therefore hid I my face from them and gave them into the hand of their enemies. We in the hand of our enemies. So fell they all by the sword. Right? So according to their uncleanness and according to the transgressions that transgressions have I done unto them, and hid my face from them. See? That's what I say, therefore, thus say the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. We say he is forever and a memorial to all generations. It says, now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob. That's what he's working on now. We just got to get ourselves together and stop doing the things that displease him. So he turned his face toward us. Listen. And have mercy upon the whole house of Israel. We just read what they said. The Edomites is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not promised any mercy from the Most High. The elite know this. But what did he say? He said, therefore, thus say the Most High power. Ezekiel 39 and 25. Now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob. He gonna bring us again back to him. And have mercy upon the whole house, whole family of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name, which is Yah Shah Allah. His name is in our name, Yah. See? And we're Yah Shah Allah. We the prince of the power. See? After that, they have borne their shame and all their trespasses whereby they have trespassed against me. That's repenting. Ask the Most High for forgiveness and keeping the commandments of the Most High. When they dwelt safely in their land and none made them afraid. See? He brought us out of the land because, what? When I had brought them again from the people and gathered them out of their enemies' lands and am sanctified in them in the sight of many nations, then shall they know that I am the Most High, their power, which caused them to be led into captivity among the heathen, but I have gathered them into their own land, and have left none of them any more there. Hallelujah. Neither will I hide my face any more from them. That's what this is all about. For I have poured out my spirit upon the house of Israel, said the Most High power. You see? He ain't poured out his spirit upon no other nation. Unless you can see that. He poured out his whole spirit, poured out my spirit upon the house, which is the family of Israel, said the Most High power. Hallelujah. Yes. So, you see, Most High hid his face from us, and they know this. So now when you look at Judith, the 5th chapter, go to Judith, the 5th chapter in the Apocrypha. The heathen shall know this, right? Let's see what the heathen know. Give you an example of how the heathen know. Judith, the 5th chapter, and we're going to look at the 17th verse. It says, and whilst they sin, talking about us, we the Israelites, and whilst they sin not before their power, we didn't sin, like we say repent and keep the commandments of the Most High, they prospered. Say we prospered. We were blessed. Because the Most High that hateth iniquity, hateth wickedness, hateth sins, hateth evil, was with them. See? That's why we look at, hold that, get Deuteronomy 28, verse 1 and 2. This is what he told us while we preparing for the kingdom. Deuteronomy 28 and 1 and 2. And it shall come to pass, it's the future, for we as the Israelites, and we in the wilderness, the Most High telling us this, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High thy power, Listen to the word of the Most High. The angel of the Most High has given us the word of the Most High. We must have a voice, and from a voice come words, and from the words came the word of the Most High, right? MASHAYACH is an angel here. That's why he said it. It shall come to pass if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Most High thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth, right? That's being blessed. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power, right? So that's why the heathen is telling his general, listen, in Judah 5:17, and whilst they sinned, when we the Israelites sinned not before their power, we didn't sin before the Most High, they prosper. That's why I say we're gonna be blessed. Because the Most High that hated iniquity was with them. You say, but when they departed from the way which he appointed them, that's his laws, statutes and commandments and judgments, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not there. We just read about how the Most High gonna gather us out of our enemies' lands, right? But when we did wrong, that's why he said, Deuteronomy 28:15. Deuteronomy 28:15. These are the blessings and the curses. That's why Deuteronomy 28:15 he told us. So many curses, you got to keep turning pages. Deuteronomy 28:15, he said, but it shall come to pass, the future again, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power, the word of the Most High, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee, right? They go from 16 all the way to 68. All the curses that befall us. So these are the things that the heathen know. We just read it in Ezekiel 39:23. The heathen shall know that we went into captivity for our iniquity, for breaking the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. That's why Judah 5:18. This is not an Israelite talking. This is a heathen speaking. To his general said, but when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. Right? Not by the friends, but by the enemies. Same thing we just read in Ezekiel 39:23-24. But now, this is what it say, are they returned to their power? See? Now, we have returned to our power, keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, and are come up from the places where they were settled, like the Most High say. He gathered us from places he put us in captivity and brought us back to our land. And have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, where it was desolate while we was gone, out of our land of Israel. Now therefore, this is what he say, my master and governor, chief man in charge, what he tell him? If there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, we break the Most High's laws, statutes and commandments, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. So what you think? You think in your wildest dreams that our enemy is going to show us the way to the Most High? That's going to be defeating their purpose of maintaining their kingdom. So what he say? Now therefore, my master and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. This is how we're going to be ruined. These nations know this. So what you think? They're going to give you the dietary law? So you're supposed to eat this, and Israelites, and you'll be okay because you're the chosen people of the Most High? They're going to tell you to read Leviticus 11 chapter. See what's clean and unclean for you? Think they're going to do that? No. They're going to continue to do what they do. Remember it said, we just read Jeremiah 16:19, what they're going to say in the end. You know, we got more things that they're going to say. You want to know? Just ask. It's all here in the scriptures. The past, the present, and the future. It's all here in the scriptures. like it's here for us. Same thing for everybody. So it says, now therefore my master and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. And let us go up, and we shall overcome them. That's why we overcome now. Because most of y'all talk about 2/3 of our people saying we ain't under the law of the Most High. They get attitude about that. That's why I keep saying law, because they hate being under the law of the Most High. But, verse 21, he said, but if there be no iniquity, no wickedness in their nation, like we said, repent and keep the commandments of the Most High, let my master now pass by. You better leave him alone. Lest their master defend them, and their power before them. See, they know this. So that's why you look at these lies that's been perpetrated on this earth to keep us from our power. You hear what it says? This is what they know. But if there be no iniquity, no wickedness, no evil, no sins in their nation, let my master now pass by, leave them alone, lest their master defend them and their power before them, and we become a reproach before all the world. Hear that? We become a reproach before all the world. See? So they know this. Now you know it. You should know it. You heard it. When we do the Most High's commandments and laws, we're gonna be blessed. If we don't, we're gonna come rain in these curses. That's why he said, look, Hosea 5:15. I mean, how much do we have to go through looking at what we're going through and seeing what's happening? I mean, they just shot a brother 60 times. 90 shot at him 90 times. How many bullets it would take to kill somebody? Man, Hosea 5:15, it said, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense. You see? Till we acknowledge that we have offended the Most High and seek my face, because he hid his face from us. Remember? For our iniquity and their affliction. Not in no love, happiness, and joy, and you're going to be running around here like everything is cool. In our affliction, he said, they will seek me early. That's why you're going to be dipped in the fiery furnace of affliction. He said, in our affliction, we're going to seek him early. That's what MASHAYACH said, man. Matthew 24. That's why he said, man, look. Matthew 24:21 said, then shall be, he said, for then shall be great tribulation. That's affliction, y'all. Jacob's trouble, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time that we in now. No, nor ever shall be. This is what he said. And except those days shall be shortened that we living in right now, there should no flesh be saved. I heard Bill Gates talk about putting some dust in the air. They already got the chemtrails. Now you talk about putting some kind of dust in the air. Ain't they dealing with eugenics? Ain't this family dealing with eugenics? Population decrease. They just, somebody blew up the guide stones in Georgia. One of the ones in Georgia, probably the one that said they want 500 million people to be on the earth. Population decrease. They just tore them all down. That was $500,000 worth of a project. But he said, except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. Hear that? But for the elect's sake, who are the elect of the 12 tribes of Israel, those days shall be shortened. Elect's sake. So don't think that, because I know some of you go to church, you probably got your mind thinking, that's talking about me because I believe in the Lord. No, the elect are the Israelites. If you're not an Israelite, the Most High ain't dealing with you. Isaiah 45:4, as his chosen people, I might say, because he might be dealing with you as a Gentile. Isaiah 45:4, it says, for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect. So the Israelites are the Most High's elect. For the elect's sake, the Israelites' sake, He gonna make the time short, right? So now, I want to deal with something else. Oh man, it's right quick. Let's deal with this Lord thing. Lord and God. Let me read this in Exodus 23 and 13. Most High gave us specific laws to go by, Yasharallah. Exodus 23 and 13. It says, and in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, and make no mention of the name of other gods. Other gods. Neither let it be heard out of thy mouth as much as possible. You hear me spelling them. You know, I'm not trying to say them as much as possible. You know, I'm not trying to deal with that. He said, don't let the name of other gods, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. Don't mention of the name, don't mention of the name of other gods, right? Idols, entities. Neither let it be heard out of thy mouth, right? So that's why you look at how they put these words in here to have us calling on something else. Because remember, Psalm 96 and 5 says, for all the gods of the nations are what? Idols. So this is what they've done. You see? They put that in there. L-O-R-D. When we know that in the beginning, in the Hebrew it says Alahayim. So it says the powers. The Most High and the MASHAYACH, right? It is say L-O-R-D. They created that. They made us call them L-O-R-D. And they made us call us what? G-O-D. Right? That's what they have done. So, and we nothing but, you know, followers of whatever it is that's put upon us. We just follow right along with it. But okay, we gotta do that. Look what it says. So certain things we have been disenfranchised to, and understanding why we saying these things and shouldn't be saying these things, because it is not something that we done as a people, that they inserted in there. Look what it says in Exodus 22 and 31. And ye shall be holy men unto me. Neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beast in the field. So we can't eat any flesh of something that we can eat. It might be a lamb that a beast have come and tore it up, and it's a lot of meat there that you see that's left. He says, ye shall cast it to the dogs. It's not talking about Rintin, and Lassie and all them. Talking about the Gentiles. Because when I looked it up in the New Unger's Bible Dictionary, it says dog. The New Unger's Bible Dictionary, it says dog was a word that was used pertaining to the Gentiles because of their profaneness, probably a reference to homosexuality. Look it up for yourself. So they can eat that. We can't eat that. You know, our anatomy is different. And then when you look at Psalm 22 and 16, I'm going to have to continue this because I'm just going to hit a few points here. Psalm 22 and 16, King David is prophesying about a MASHAYACH being on the tree. They hanging him on the tree. Just what he prophesied and said. Psalms 22 and 16. For dogs have compassed me. See? I did a whole lesson on dogs. You know, for dogs have compassed me. Look how you explain these dogs. The assembly of the wicked, Job 9:24 again, The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He who is the wicked cover the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right? For dogs have compassed me. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. Nobody pierced King David's hands and feet. He had 40 years of war where he put all nations under subjection to himself. To Israel, to the Israelites, you see. So, that's prophesying about a MASHAYACH. But King David's calling them dogs. Who was that? The Romans, the wicked. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. For dogs have compassed me. Right? So he calling them dogs. These are the things. And they took dog and spelled it backwards, and you came up with God. I mean, everybody's saying it. The devil deceiveth the whole world. He deceived all nations, and we're 12 nations that make up one nation when you read Genesis 35 and 10 and 11. A nation and company of nations will come out of our forefather Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel at that time. You see? Deceiveth all nations by his sorceries, by his witchcrafts. We just read it in Revelation 18 to 23 earlier, in Isaiah the 47th chapter, 11th verse. I mean, just right there. So, when you understand this and realize that we've been lied to. Right quick, so you know, MASHAYACH, he just said many things. He said, call him the enemy, call him the wicked, call him the devil. You know? I didn't get a chance to go. We was going to Revelation 2 and 10. I don't think we went there, did we? Nah. Revelation 2 and 10, go there. These are words of a MASHAYACH, the world calls Jesus Christ. Falsely calling him a different name than his name was. Revelation 2 and 10, it said, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. This is his words, because it's in red. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye may have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. He that have ears to hear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. See? He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. See? So, going to Mark 7:24, right quick. We're going to end right here. It says, and from thence he rose and went into the borders of Tyre and Zidon, and entered into an house, and would have no man know it, but he could not be hid. For a certain woman whose young daughter had an unclean spirit heard of him, and came and fell at his feet. She came at his feet to worship him. The woman was a Greek. We went over 1 Maccabees 1 and 1. Alexander the Greek. One was so-called Aboriginal Edomite. A Greek, so-called white woman, Caucasian. A Syrophoenician by nation, living in that particular region over there. And she besought him that he would cast forth the devil out of her daughter. We're here to see what he said. And MASHAYACH said it to her. When you go to Matthew the 15th chapter, it tell you that he ignored her at first. And MASHAYACH said unto her, let the children first be filled, for it is not meet or right to take the children's bread and to cast it unto the dogs. Come on. The woman was a Greek, verse 26. Verse 27, it is not right to take, which is meat, which is right to take the children's bread of blessings and to cast it unto the dogs. And they took dog and they spelled it backwards and came up with God. And y'all steady saying it. And they put in the Bible their picture, and God created the heaven and the earth. They saying that that's who they are. You can say it however you want to say it and come up with your own explanation all you want to, but that's what you're saying. They created that word. And she answered and said unto him, yes, master. Yet the dogs under the table eat of the children's crumbs. So she admitted that they were dogs. This is a known fact that they knew. That's why I told you go in the New Unger's Bible Dictionary, and it says dog was a word that was used by the Israelites pertaining to the Gentiles because of the profaneness. Gotta look at that word. And who is profane? Probably a reference to homosexuality. Who's pushing homosexuality? Trying to push it all over the world. Who pushing that? It was not Esau. Look, she said, yes, master, yet the dogs under the table eat of the children's crumbs. And he said unto her, for this saying, admitting that you're dogs, go thy way, the devil is gone out of thy daughter. Right? So, that's letting you know. And as far as dealing with the kingdom, Revelation 22, 14 and 15. Who's going to be in the kingdom? Who's not going to be in the kingdom? We're just looking at the dogs. Look what it says. Revelation 22 and 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments. You hear that? Blessed are they that keep his laws and commandments. Excuse me. That they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. 3 gates, 3 gates, 3 gates, 3 gates. North, south, east, and west. All the 12 tribes of Israel got their own gate they're going through. So you're not the 12 tribes of Israel, you ain't going through them gates. Listen for what's without. Only ones going to the gates are the ones that keep the commandments of the Most High. So all you say we ain't under the law, you're not going in those gates. So what does it say? Who's without? Verse 15. For without the kingdom, what's first going to say? Are dogs. You think it's talking about Ren 10:10 and Lassie? No. It's talking about the people that's called dogs. And they took dog and spelled it backwards and came with God. And y'all steady calling on them. Acknowledging them. For without the kingdom are dogs and sorcerers. Remember what it said? They deceived all the nations by their what? Sorcery. Revelation 18 and 23, the last sentence. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. You see? All nations have been lied to by their witchcrafts. Many forms of witchcrafts. So now, that's why it's saying, Revelation 22:15, for without the kingdom are dogs. They took that word dog and spelled it backwards, came up with God. And that's who y'all calling on, them. And sorcerers. You know, they deceived all the nations by sorceries, witchcrafts, and whoremongers. Those that just jumping around having sex with everything, and those that are whore against the Most High. Rules and regulations, laws, statutes, commandments. And murderers, those that hate their brother, and those that actually unjustifiably kill someone. And idolaters, those that don't believe in the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. And whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. There it is. What better way to end this? And whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. Go back to Psalms 58 and 3. The wicked, remember the wicked from Job 9:24? The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So he made them for what they're doing. They're doing what they're doing. And what they're doing is what they're supposed to be doing. Speaking lies. Remember, the devil deceived the whole world through his sorceries, through the whole world of nations by his sorceries, by his witchcrafts. But he lied. Who's the first liar? Serpent, the devil, Satan, the dragon, Esau, Edomites. They all red. I mean, they tell you the wicked are estranged for the wounds. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So that's why you got to look at how have you been brought into his world of lies and deceit. And with that, I'm out. Shalom.